Hi, it's Mike back once again with tip number 77 from our top 100 tips, tools, and life lessons from the Insight One Awakening Heart Seminar. In our last tip, we talked about the cycle of abundance and effectively that the nature of the universe is one of abundance. And based on our belief systems, we either open to receive and experience that abundance or potentially we're blocking it or pushing it away. We mentioned that there's two sides of the cycle of abundance, a giving side and a receiving side. I'm going to focus a little bit more on the giving side in terms of this tip. And I want you to think about your nature in terms of when you give things away, what's your relationship to giving? Because one of the things that will show up for many of us is the belief that if I give something away, I lose it. So if you think financially, if I have $100 and I give it to someone, there's a core belief that says if I give that money away, it's no longer mine. And so I actually have less of it. Or if I give of my time, I'm going to have less time. And yet on the other side, if we look at the belief system that sits underneath it, if I actually give up something, what am I communicating to myself? I'm communicating a couple of things. If I give something away, I'm telling myself I already have that to give. And it's interesting, we can look at this in terms of some very kind of concrete things like money. We can also look at this in terms of some more experiential things like, do I give attention? Do I give love? Do I give care? And every time we give, whether it's of something concrete like of our time or our money, or if it's of our caring or our loving or our concern or our assistance to somebody else, we tell ourselves, I already have this to give. And so when I give it, I'm saying, I already have it to give. I actually already have it to give. The other thing is when I give something away, I'm communicating, I must have enough. So if I have enough to give something away, I have enough, or I even have more than enough. And what we begin to do is work a shift in terms of our belief systems from one of lack or scarcity that says, oh, I have to hold on, because if I don't hold on to this money, or if I don't hold on to this thing, how many of you kind of collect stuff and you're so afraid to give away something because you think someday you might have a need for it? Holding on, it reinforces a belief that there isn't enough, that I live in a universe where there's lack instead of abundance. When we give freely, and particularly if we give unconditionally without asking for something back, we reinforce that we already have it, and we reinforce that I already have more than enough. And as we build that muscle, we create that belief, and that belief begins to attract into us the experience of having more than enough. So the invitation is notice your relationship to giving. And when do you tend to hold on out of fear that you won't have enough? And when can you allow yourself the freedom to actually give and give unconditionally in such a way that you begin to reinforce that belief that you have more than enough? Again, thank you for listening. Check out what's happening at Insight Boston at insightboston.org, what's happening globally at insightseminars.org, and check out what's happening in your local Insight community. Have a great day.